David Allen is the writer of Getting Things Done, a book. And he made a statement, a quote that you can get from the book is, your mind is for having ideas, not holding them. Meaning your mind is for generating ideas and not storing it in your head. Obviously, this statement kind of is not 100% true, right? Because you need to have some information in your brain, store it, and then you can come up with ideas. You can't have an empty brain and come up with ideas, right? You need to have some information to go off of. But what I get from this quote is that you need to remove as much clutter as possible in order to generate ideas. What I get from this quote is that I need to reduce the amount of mental strain in order to use my brain optimally. And one of the things I can do that is using a calendar, for example, writing down all my appointments. Even if I'm going to hang out with my friends, I should write it down somewhere, so I don't have to think about it. You see how mentally draining it is to hold all that information in your head when you could just leave it on something, on a notepad, on a calendar app, and it gives you more mental capacity, more mental energy, mental points to do something else. We can go one step further and think about a schedule for your day-to-day basis. I know not every day is the same for you. It's not for me either. For me, it's very different sometimes. But there are some core things that need to be the same. If you're kind of into self-improvement, I can imagine that you meditate every single day, that you journal every single day, those kinds of things, going to the gym on a consistent basis, that type of thing. You have to imagine that if you don't kind of have a schedule and making the schedule up as you go about your day, you know how mentally draining that is. Let me kind of make an example. So I have a test Tuesday. I have a test on Tuesday. So I should actually study right now instead of making a video. But I'm also kind of hungry, so I should eat first. But I also need to shower because it's late at night. So eat, shower, then study. But then it's already time to go to bed. Should I call my girlfriend? You know what? I should eat, shower, study, then call my girlfriend. And then I'll sleep and probably wake up in the morning and study a bit more. But what should I study? Right? Oh, in the morning I also plan something with my mother. Maybe I should do that first and then study. So because I still have the whole day. Wait, how many days do I have again before the test? Let me search it up again. You see how much is going on? And you're doing this on a fast pace and it doesn't feel that mentally draining. But when you have multiple things, because I have assignments and tests due, for me specifically. So multiple things are going on at once and you're doing it all in your head. Instead of making a schedule, writing things down, workload, assigning workload to every hour of the day, kind of help things a little bit. When you have a structure to hold on to, it just helps. Because then you don't have to kind of do things out of your head. And then you can totally focus on doing the right task and doing it properly. Instead of figure out what the right task is at the right moment and for how long. When those factors come into play, right? When you need to figure out what you're going to do, for how long, and what you need to get done in that time. Those three things already take up so much mental capacity. You're holding yourself back. You're holding yourself back. So that's why I got from the quote. And that's what I came up with today. So I found an app because I've searched. I was kind of thinking about a calendar app, and Google Calendar kind of works. No, not really works for me. But I also want to have it on my phone. And I came across this YouTube video of Marcus Brownlee. He was kind of reviewing a phone. Or he was not reviewing a phone. He was doing a phone tour. He did on his phone. And he had this app, TickTick, which helped him a lot with, just planning tasks, with the calendar thing, with his scheduling, basically. And, Marcus Brownlee is, known for his tech, knowing his tech and software. So I'm going to try it out and see if it works, and I'll let you know if it works. I also did not forget, in the last video I said I was going to think about my goals. I kind of read through my notes from Crucial Influence, and I will be getting back to that, just so you know. I know nobody knows, but I know. Yeah, I wanted to quickly add that you shouldn't lose yourself in making a schedule. It shouldn't be the what's it called? How it is. This should take like 2 days max to make a good schedule. But you shouldn't obsess over optimizing your schedule. Like, get the bare minimum in. Okay? For example, the app that I'm using, it has different themes. I'm not going to nitpick every theme. Am I? Every color, every this and that. No, it just needs to be there. Like, use the essentials. Don't lose yourself in things that don't really matter. You know, we still want to be productive. Not things that feel productive, but actually productive. Okay? Just wanted to get said that. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of it for me. If you know, I don't know. There's probably some other video that you want to watch. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Watch the guys hit on her because it would probably just make you